I see books as just another platform. It's another TikTok. It's just a super long form, long-term TikTok, right? That's a cynical way to put it, but it's like the publishing world's feed moves very slowly and the recommendation system is much slower, but it kind of functions in the same way. It's like if you read James Clear and you really liked it, then your friend who read James Clear is going to recommend Mark Manson, and then you read Mark Manson, you really like it. But it just happens over the course of many months. And I think, you know, all these media platforms, they synergize and they can stream into each other. And they all play different roles, right? So the online platforms, I see their role is primarily discovery. It's easier for somebody to discover me through like a viral Instagram reel than convincing them to buy a $20 book in an airport bookstore. Once they've discovered me through that reel and they followed me for a while, they learn that I have a book, then when they see my book in the airport bookstore, it's an insta buy. These things, they all synergize, they kind of work together like puzzle pieces. I'm coming to actually like appreciate the tight feedback loop on the social platforms because like you mentioned the book, right? You can spend 2 years writing a book. It takes 6 months for it to come out, even once it's finished. Like you just went through this process. It comes out, you promote it for a month. You're like doing this whole tour. You're doing all this media and stuff. You're going out everywhere. Okay, maybe it hits a list. Great. But like it's going to be 2 or 3 months before a substantial number of readers have actually finished the book. And you actually find out if they're recommending it to other people or not. You don't actually know if your book, quote unquote, worked or if it landed well until like 3 years after you start writing it or a year after it comes out. That's like a very long, flaccid feedback loop. If it doesn't take off or if the word of mouth doesn't kick in, it's very hard to know why it didn't. Which chapter did people not relate to? You don't have that data. You don't have that feedback, right? There's pros and cons to every format and every medium and every content length. I think the advantage of the social platforms is you get that super tight, strong feedback loop. You know exactly what worked, what didn't. You usually know exactly why it didn't work or it did work, and you can learn from it very quickly and get better.